Okay, so yeah, it's been a while since I've done a minisode, but I feel like I don't have enough content to make a full-length episode. I'm actually talking about something that, well, typically I know enough about. I don't know enough about this specific topic. Uh, Basically, well, if you saw the title of this, you know what I'm talking about. Remasters versus remake. I don't know enough about like the technical aspect of it, but I know enough like in general to. Okay, so what spawned this topic wanting to be made into an episode? It's actually been a while. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while, but it was never really like, oh, I need to do an episode. I was actually just going to do a Twitter. I was going to tweet about it, but like every time I started to, I was like, yeah, not worth it. I don't know enough about it, so bleh. But something happened today. Actually, yesterday now, because it's 1:45, October 23rd, 2021. So it was actually yesterday, the 22nd, that this happened. Um, so basically, Rockstar announced a while ago, actually, that they were releasing Grand Theft Auto: The Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, and obviously that was exciting that they were releasing Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas. They're re-releasing it on modern consoles and with modern controls and graphics and everything. And the way I had been hearing about it was that they were going to be ground up from scratch remakes. And there were three different YouTube channels, people talking about it. Oh, this is going to be brand new from the ground up, brand new, yeah, that sort of thing. And then they released the trailer today. That's what the thing that happened today. And not gonna lie, they look amazing. You know, I don't want to say I grew up playing these games, especially since they're not really for kids, but they were part of my later childhood. I was 13, I think, when 3 came out. I never played the third one technically. I played Vice City and San Andreas like later when those came out, when I was in high school. And then throughout the years, I've been playing them on the different systems. Uh, I have them on Steam, and I play them sometimes. So, like, I'm still playing them to this day. I never really played the third one. It's not that I didn't want to. Okay, so I did have access to it once. Back when I had a PS2, like a long time ago. A friend of mine let me borrow his copy. It was scratched. I didn't know. And all I remember is like at the beginning scene, there's like you're like in the back of a cop car and it like overturns and you gotta outrun the cops on foot or something like that. And then like the game crashed and I couldn't get it to do anything. I could never get past that. I could never get past like the first opening mission. So that was my only way. It's like I never actually was able to get a hold of it again. So I've never really had a chance to play. I don't have any memories of Grand Theft Auto 3 other than that. And as you can imagine, they're not very good memories. It's just frustration, just trying to get the game to work. So like when I think about when I think of when I think of Grand Theft Auto 3, that's what I think of. It's like oh, that one. Everyone has such great memories of that game, and it's rightfully so. It's considered one of the like a classic game. It like redefined the genre and all that, and it deserves that place. It earned it. It's just I don't have that experience with it. My introduction to Grand Theft Auto was Vice City. So I skipped a game, but I'll finally be able to play it. I just won't have. It won't mean the same as the remaster of Vice City and San Andreas, because I know those games thoroughly. So when I play Grand Theft Auto 3, it'll be like, oh, cool, this is a nice looking game. Anyway, so, I'm seeing a lot of backlash towards Rockstar because a lot of people were under the impression, like I said, there were going to be full remakes. Um, they are not. They are remasters. And as such, they still look like the games. They're just shinier now. Sometimes literally the cars are shiny now and the water's realistic and everything is shiny. It looks new. It's clear. The skin looks like skin. They don't look like Woody from Toy Story. Uh, so I see a lot of people not understanding the difference between a remaster and a remake. And this is not a new thing. It's like I said, I was going to do this as a tweet a while back. I've been putting it off, but now with this, I mean, it's the point where people are talking about boycotting Rockstar for lying to us. Like, it's not a lie. They said from the beginning they're going to be remasters. I didn't see that. My only exposure to this news was through the YouTube channels that I was watching. I didn't read the original press release. I didn't read that till today, and they released that like a month ago, I think. And so, like, I mean, that's on me for not looking it up. I was like, just going off what they said. Like, oh, cool, yay. And then, like, if I had seen that original press release, it says right there, remasters. And there's a big difference. So, what is the difference? Okay, so a remaster, they take the game, the original game, the original files and everything, and they basically clean it up and kind of, like redo the textures. Like with this one, they took, I think what Rockstar did. Actually, let me look. I saw it in the Wikipedia earlier. Let me look it up. Let's see, GTA Trilogy. It's loading. Trilogy. Okay. Dude, Wars Remaster, similar games. That would be Controversy. Other games, main series. Oh, there it is. The Trilogy Definitive Edition. I was looking in the wrong page. Okay, so, content development. Okay. They is developed by Grove Street Games? I don't remember that. Oh, Grove Street Games previously developed the mobile versions of the trilogy, as well as the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions of San Andreas. Alright, so it says somewhere. Oh, okay, so they basically took the original games and just they they use Unreal Engine to basically freshen it up. It's the original games just in a newer engine. And uh they'll display in 4K up to 40 frames per second, which is great. See, this is why I was saying this. I don't have enough content for a full episode because I don't know everything about this topic. So I could go into like the specifics, but I'm like I don't know what any of this means. I know what it means. I just don't know like all of what the details means. Or like I could read the specs and just be lost. I all I know is the game's cleaner. It's the same game, just made better. It's basically like when they go and like take Gone with the Wind for example. For exactly. I watched Gone with the Wind when I was a kid on VHS. It was on two tapes. I'm old, and I grew up watching that, and then when it was released on DVD, I watched it on that. It looked a little better. But what really blew my mind was watching it on Blu-ray, because I've seen Gone with the Wind 100 times on VHS and DVD. I know what it looks like. Then I see it on Blu-ray, and it's like a brand new movie. I mean, before it looked like it was made in 1939. And now it looks like a brand new movie, like it was just made. It's a new release. It's the exact same movie. They just went through and polished it and made it look better. In fact, what they did with Gone with the Wind is a perfect example of what they're doing here. They actually, because one thing I read about the restoration of Gone with the Wind is the way that they didn't properly know how to make film at the time. Like literally, the film itself. It's like there's like three layers. Like it was like the to get the because it's the early days of the color films, and there was like the green layer, the red layer, the blue layer, and had a they had to like have them synced up and then print it, and they weren't always straight, like like even. So whenever I guess they had like the original. Again, like okay, full disclaimer. I'm again talking about something I really don't know much about. I'm just going off what I saw in a documentary. They took the three strips of film, lined them up, and shipped them off, and like, hey, it's a film. So when they went to go restore it, they were able to line them up perfectly and make it clearer. And it's there's details in Scarlett O'Hara's dress that you can't see in the original print because they weren't lined up perfectly. And so like when you watch the Blu-ray and you like zoom in on her dress, there's like patterns and stuff you can't see. And that's a perfect example of the difference with a remaster of a game, like what they're doing with Grand Theft Auto and what they've done with other games in the past. Now, a remake, on the other, ow, I just hit the microphone. Now, a remake, on the other hand, is just that. It's a ground up remake. It'd be like if they cast a whole hired a whole new cast and made a whole new Gone with the Wind, as opposed to restoring the original and releasing a remastered Blu-ray Gone with the Wind. And that's what they're doing with Grand Theft Auto, a remaster. Now, they could have done a ground up remake. That would have taken a long time. They're not even making a Grand Theft Auto 6. Because their focus is on Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online. Why would they spend time fully ground up remaking 3 games when they can just do what they did? I mean, they probably could. I mean, Rockstar is a massive company. They have a lot of money thanks to Grand Theft Auto Online. But that's an example. Another one would be um, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, it's literally in the name, remake. It is a full remake of the original Final Fantasy VII. And then you look at what another thing that confuses people, and I didn't know this until I looked it up for this. I was going to use it as an example of a remake. I was going to say Banjo Kazooie. Oh, I forgot the name. There's the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, and then there's Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Up until now, I actually thought those were full remakes because they're so much better looking than the original versions. But when I did a little bit of research before I started this, and yeah, they're just really good remasters because the original game is the base for that. They actually used the original game and just cleaned it up really well. But that's an example of a really good remaster to the point where I thought it was a remake. However, you get Ratchet and Clank from 2015, I think? 2016? The newer one. It's a remake of the original game, but that one's actually kind of funny. It's a remake of the original game. Technically, it's considered a game of the movie, which is based on the original game. So it's a movie game based on a. See, that one is a little confusing. There's the original Ratchet and Clank, and they made like 15 of those games already. I don't remember. I'm probably exaggerating. Actually, I'm curious. Let me see. Up 2016. And oh wow, I was being sarcastic. It is the 15th installment in the Ratchet and Clank series. Wow. Okay, so there's the original Ratchet and Clank game. They made all those games, and then at some point, they made the Ratchet and Clank movie in like 2015, which was based on the original game. And then they made a game based on the movie, based on the original game. So the new game is a remake of the original game, but it's based on the movie, which is based on the game. And now my head hurts. Anyway, it's kind of like when they had Mortal Kombat, and they had Mortal Kombat the game, or they had Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat the movie, Mortal Kombat the movie, the game. Yeah. But I think the Ratchet and Clank one's more confusing because I guess I didn't realize it was based on the movie until a while. It was a while back. Someone was talking. A friend and I were talking about it. It was a coworker and I were talking about it like a year ago. I was like, "Oh yeah, they did a remake," and he goes, "Actually, no, it's a movie tie-in." I'm like, "Oh, it's not." And we looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess my life is a lie." But yeah, I don't want to make this too long because I already made the Minisode label, and I don't want to remake one. I don't want to remake one, not remaster it. So yeah, but I just wanted to get that point across. This should have been a really long tweet, and it would have been ignored anyway. Pixie might have liked it, but she likes most of my tweets. uh, Pixie says she listens to my podcast, and so shout out. I just waved. Pixie, I don't know if you're the only one that listens to this. Um, you're the only one that tells me that you listen to my podcast. So, um, I guess I don't know if I should just if I want to do an episode, just like messages like, hey, can I call you and just speak the episode to you directly? Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just gonna end this here. I do okay, so I said in my what was my last episode? Oh yeah, my last episode was MCU Phase 2, and I said I am working on other episodes. There's 4 episodes I'm currently working on, and by that I don't mean like I'm like constantly every day working on it. It's more like I haven't actually done anything towards it in like 3 or 4 days. Slowly working towards something. Um, I do plan because I'm not just saying that hoping something comes to mind. I actually am working on something. I did tell Pixie again, Pixie, if you're my only listener, you already know what my future episode's going to be. I told Emery and I told like 2 or 3 other people. So like yeah, I do have a plan. I don't want to say it in an episode because then if I actually don't do it, people will be like, "Hey, where are those episodes?" Yeah, no one's gonna do that. Oh wait, I just thought of something. Oh wait, oh no, I just thought of something. Halloween is in a week, and I don't haven't because last October I did a bunch of Halloween inspired episodes. My favorite horror movies, my personal ghost stories. I did a series on that. Um, I did an episode on the Zodiac Killer. That was my Halloween episode. And this October, I haven't. In fact, I think this might be my first episode in October. Let me see. I'm looking on the Repod app, which is um. Yeah, I was gonna sneeze, and it went away. Nope. I was wrong. This is my second October episode. My first one was the MCU Phase 2 episode, which was October 3rd. Thank you very much. I should do one Halloween episode. You know what? Halloween, I will do an episode. I actually have an idea for my Halloween episode. That is coming up in a week and a day. Again, I don't want to. I do, here I am not wanting to say what my future episodes are going to be in case I don't do it. Now here I am saying I will do a Halloween episode, and I probably won't because yeah, last couple episodes I've said, oh yeah, I'm gonna start doing episodes regularly now, and then I didn't for like a month each time. So I'll post them when I post them. Anyway, I'm gonna end this here now. I've said that like 3 times already. Have a good